This is episode 7, I'm pretty sure, of the Legit Podcast, or maybe 6. I think it's 6. So, yeah. And, as the usual, I'm going to put on some lo-fi music. But first, to avoid copyright, we gotta figure out what the song is called currently. I'm kidding. Okay, so it's a little loud for me. So, if you're new here, please subscribe. I don't mean to beg or anything, but please, actually. So, I've been hearing lately about animal abusers on YouTube, so that's kind of sad. The fact that people just abuse animals just for internet clout is just plain disappointing. Straight up disappointing. Funny thing is, they actually get clout for it. They actually think they actually are being considered heroes. Heroes. And if you're wondering why the background looks different, well, I'm in Oklahoma, not Colorado. Anyways, yeah, YouTube has been a real shit show lately, so, yeah. And, so that's the animal abusers. Anyways, I've been wanting to make a podcast episode a long while now for, one reason. Taking a trip down memory lane. So, if you've ever done that before, it's just another word for a nostalgia trip. So, I'm gonna take a nostalgia trip, and you might too, because they might actually have something in common. So, it's around 2012, and I've discovered a website called, Newgrounds. I showed up very late, but I was only like 5. And, boy, did I have a lot of fun. I was actually like 4 or 3, and I already knew what, violence and gore was, So that's fun. And then I discovered a game when I first got my Xbox 360 called Castle Crashers. Took the arcade by storm. And that game became my life, because I played it so much. I even played the demo to the point where my TV was even at a different position in my room. In my really old apartment that I used to live in with only my mom. Back in Denver. Boy, those were good times. Much simpler times, too. Wish I was born a little earlier so I could have experienced that a little more, but... Anyways, I also don't have my snowball. I don't know if you can hear me through this. Probably can't, so I'm just gonna do this very professionally. Pack it back. So, that's my trip down memory lane. It was Castle Crashers and Newgrounds. Oh, may I mention Stick Page too, not Stick Suicide, Stick Page. It was me and that website almost every day. Max Games too. Like all the really old OG websites that you would know of if you're a 2000s kid, because I am. Well, by 3 years, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that those or simpler times. I'm just trying to wait, is this where my mic is? Is this where the mic is located? Near my camera? Is it a webcam mic? So, yes. Yeah, it is. Okay, I was just figuring it out. So, that's my trip down memory lane. Really old websites that are probably out of date, don't work or something. I remember what old Newgrounds used to look like. Simpler times. Motorola was still like really popular too. You Got Mail was just dying. The iPhone happened. It was interesting, you know? And there was the economic crisis of 2009, so that's also very yummy. Yeah, but old comedy was so much better. Older websites too, like the ones I mentioned, Smosh, E-Bombs World, those thieves. All the music theft bullcrap. Flash games. Rest in peace. Not to, get emotional or anything, but rest in peace, Flash Player. You will be missed. In the midst of all our 2000-year era hearts. But that doesn't matter anymore because that already happened very, very earlier this year. So that's fun. Wait a second. The fact that all that stuff is gone now and Flash died. That's pretty sad. Those were the glory days of the internet. YouTube was not a shit show, you know. It was just a better time. All in general, I might have said that 50 times already, but I shit you not. Those were the best times somebody could have ever experienced, and I experienced them. And then there was the old school memes, Rage comics, you know, all the autistic people liked. The Rage comics. There was Doge and Nyan Cat. Oh, and a whole other list. I'm pretty sure Facebook was only starting to get popular. MySpace was still a thing. Now everything is just boring. Now Facebook is full of Karens. My worst nightmare because my mom is one. And so is my grandma. So please pray for me. But actually don't, because I'm not a Christian and I don't give a shit about religion. The fact that some people are killing animals for internet clout is bullshit. Straight bullshit. Oh yeah, continuing on about, the memory lane shit. Remember Mishima and how that used to be a thing? God. Mishima. A name you don't hear often mentioned anymore. It's sad, I know. The fact that Machinima had to just die is kind of boring, but I guess they did some not so good things. And yeah, that's why the new internet is so goddamn boring. Because all those like old companies and stuff are not around anymore. We can't really entertain ourselves. Good job, YouTube. Good job. Keep it going, YouTube. And Pokimane canceled herself. Interesting, right? Because of the likes of her, she wouldn't really cancel herself because knowing her narcissistic attitude, all her simps, white knights, all that bullshit. My God, I hate Pokimane. Is kind of happening to like stop. So that may be suggesting the era of Twitch thoughts are maybe starting to die, end. Might be, it's kind of good, but sad at the same time because Reddit won't be as funny anymore. Anyways. So, I'm still pretty hyped about the Series X. And if you noticed something, my voice got deeper again, so that's nice. My balls dropped, maybe. I might just be tired, because I can still do this. I can still do this. Sound energetic. I don't know how to sound like my old self, because I don't know how to sound like my old self. Good advice. I may be sound the same, but that's alright. Anyways, so the kind of thing that would happen, during these times of the era, we are having our decade economic crisis, or decade-wide economic crisis, our decade plague. Last decade it was Ebola. This year it's coronavirus. For this decade. And I can't wait for all the memes, because that's exciting. And by the end of this decade, I will be like 20. So that's interesting. Anyways, the fact that some people go kill animals for internet clout, abuse their child for internet clout, do anything to anything young or that is an animal, that is some form of abuse, that's just saddening, it's disheartening. I'm also messing with my hair a lot because it got super long. I haven't showered today though. I must shower. I'm probably going to after this. That doesn't matter because the YouTuber Park, you may have heard of, the biggest time traveler in YouTube history. That's all you really need to know. They just time travel. Basically bringing like that old, like effortless, like shitty old content from like 2012. With the Windows Movie Maker intro sometimes. So that's interesting. Even though Card's first video, not very old, is it? Started about like 2 months ago. So that's interesting. Yeah, that person, or he, has a Twitter and a Twitch. I recommend you go follow, because is actually funny and not just a shitpost. But anyways, I digress, because we have other things to talk about. This is a podcast after all. So let me tell you about the time I'm back. So let me tell you about the time that I did something. So one day I did something, right? And then something happened. And then when that something happened, I did something. And then something... God. I'm not dumbass. Anyway, I now have Minecraft Java Edition on my computer. So, if you want to see a Minecraft Let's Play, or Let's Play really, just let me know, because I'm pretty sure some people are too shy to comment on my videos, and don't be shy unless it is hate, go fuck off. So, yeah. I probably shouldn't have said don't hate that late in the episode, but I hate myself and others. Because, you know, I'm a normal human being. Anyways, I've kind of gotten bored with the episode. This might have been shorter than the usual 30 minutes or maybe the mystical hour. But I guess the It's Been a While episode was only like 10 minutes. But I actually have one more thing to talk about before I go. Did you hear about the Russians that might have a possible cure for corona? Interesting, right? Like that's ever gonna happen. Anyways, goodbye.